So if you're just joining me now, this is hoodactionnews.com. Right now, currently at Villanova University, there's an active shooter alert. So there's a live active shooter alert. It's just been issued at Villanova University. So the school is on lockdown right now. So Villanova University is currently on lockdown right now. They don't know if anybody's been killed or injured yet. This is an active shooter alert. Now, a massive amount of cops, SWAT team, everything is out there. So let me enlarge my screen. So a massive amount of cops and SWAT team. Now I usually start the show at 6:15, but we're in early right now. So it's an active shooter alert. Now this is at Villanova University, right outside Philadelphia. If you're not familiar, now this this is actually the first day of like they just came back yesterday. Let me check my mic. There we go. So the students actually just came back yesterday, and on the second, I mean, you can almost call this the second day of being back on campus. There's an active shooter alert. So they just came back to school. So these Villanova students just came back to school, and there's an active shooter on campus. So currently now, like I said, if you just joined in, there's an active shooter alert on the campus at Villanova University in the main line of Pennsylvania. So if you're from Philly, you pretty much know where you know straight up Lancaster Avenue, and you go straight up. Villanova's right there. So there's an active shooter, which means nobody has no idea what's going on. Literally. Now, outside the university, this is just one scene. I may try to find some more footage, but this gives you a good idea. There's cops on the roof. I mean, there's guns everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So this is no play. This is an active shooter at Villanova University. There's no details yet. Now, let me just do this. Now, if you're just joining in, this is the second day of class for these Villanova University students. So they just came back. I don't even know if they have class yet. They just actually came back. You know, if you ever been to college before and you come back, you just load your stuff up, you're getting ready for classes. I don't even think classes started yet. Now, these are freshmen. So the students that just came back are actually freshmen. So the freshmen just came back, and this is Villanova University. So let me see if we can find another live view. Let me see if we got another view of what's going on. So this is an active shooter at Villanova University right now. Now, I had a lot of other news lined up, but it is what it is. Breaking news: active shooter, Villanova University.
Our law enforcement, state police, everybody is here. We're all working together. We're going to get this taken care of.
Everyone stay safe. And back to that parent, he said it's a blessing to hear that there are no reported victims at this time. He says his son wasn't not in Scarpa Hall, but he was a little bit son have been communicating back and forth, giving each other the details of what's going on both ends of things. And he was supposed to go out with his son tonight. Hopefully they'll be able to reunite soon, Alicia and Rick.
Brianna, I just want to touch on something that father said. There's a video that is going wildly viral where you see students running, and you can see Austin Hall. That's where this father said that's his student's dorm. You can see people running around that area. He told you people were running into that dorm. For anyone who might be wondering, where is this activity happening on campus? You're by the law school. That dorm is on the other side of campus. And he said a lot of people were getting that alert and running inside for safety. So he did give some clarification points to let people know just how this all unfolded.
Yeah, I didn't happen to see the video just yet, but he did say it was very scary to see, especially as a parent dropping his son off for the first time at school for orientation and whatnot. But yeah, he said it was a scary scene to see, and I'm sure students getting that alert that there was an active shooter on campus, first thing you want to do is take cover, right? And I'm sure they were running to the nearest place. And I'm glad that his son was able to take some students into his dorm room to make sure that everyone's safe and secure at this time.
Okay, yes, Brianna, thank you. Stand by and continue to check in with us as more information becomes available from your vantage point as we continue to look live from Chopper 6 over the heart of campus. Just an army of law enforcement from throughout the region who've converged here since about 4:45 this evening, when there were reports of an active shooter on the campus of Villanova University. Hundreds of law enforcement authorities either looking for the suspect or perhaps someone might be in custody, but they're certainly trying to make sure this campus is safe once again for the hundreds and hundreds of family members and incoming students who've been here perhaps since yesterday. But there was so much activity going on prior to this, as orientation was in full effect for the students here at Villanova.
And to that end, Rick, I just received some correspondence, a text message from a Nova alum who was at that mass, that orientation mass today, the welcome mass. This Villanova alumna dropping off their son. They didn't hear any shots. This is from somebody who was an eyewitness on the scene. They said it was the opening mass for orientation when everyone in the audience received that text alert. And that is when the chaos broke out and everyone started running. This family is currently hiding in a bathroom at Tollentine Hall that's nearby to where that mass was taking place outdoors. They have been told to not only shelter in place, but also to remain silent. And that is an interesting piece of information only, from those who are on the inside right now, because they are still actively looking for this shooter. They are going door to door to find whoever is on campus with a weapon. So the silence to help them.
Yeah, we may have some new information to pass along, Leash. Apparently, the president of the university has sent a text to students saying this may have been a hoax. Again, we're trying
Ah,
to confirm that as well. But we're hearing that the president of the university has
oh
alerted
my
students and
God.
staff members, all of the people that received these text messages earlier this evening, that this has been a hoax and that perhaps this situation is about to be
I knew
resolved.
it.
But that is the latest here from the
I knew it.
from Villanova University. The president saying that this active shooter situation was a hoax.
Oh my
Carried out
God. I knew it.
by someone or
A
someone's,
hoax.
as we continue to bring you more
I
information
called it.
from Villanova University. And again, that is good news. If that is the situation, that is good news as well. We just reported Radnor Police saying there has been no reported victims. We did hear again from the Delaware County DA who he thought there was a person with the weapon on campus. But again, we're hearing from the university president, or at least the text he has been sending to the student body, that this active shooter situation was all a hoax.
That is Father Peter Donnie.
Yo, I called it. So the active shooter situation in Villanova was a hoax. I called it. Now, somebody's going to jail. Somebody's still going to jail. So the active shooter situation in Villanova was a hoax. And I'm glad I didn't spend that much time on that. So let's see what Clark. What up, G? I just heard about this story. It's a hoax. So we got breaking news that it was all, I called it. I said, I bet that this is a hoax. So let me see what else they're saying.
Horrifying moments of hearing from his son that there was this active shooter situation, but also he was somewhat relieved by the amount of law enforcement that had converged here as we continue to look live from Chopper 6 at the size and scope of authorities on the scene, who reported here with haste once these text messages were sent throughout.
That's crazy.
Throughout the student body, throughout campus.
Waste
but
of
again,
manpower.
The university president alerting the student body that this active shooter situation was a hoax. Let's go back to Action reporter Caroline Goggin, also on campus, with more information from your vantage point.
And a cruel hoax, he's calling it, Caroline.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it is a cruel hoax. I mean, for someone to do this, you guys talked about it, with the first day of students returning here to campus, it's just a horrible situation for these students, these parents to deal with. We're seeing some faculty members from Villanova. They just passed us, guys, and they looked, obviously startled, but I think relieved, of course, that this entire situation was not more severe and more serious. And I mentioned to you before that it's eerily quiet on campus. The students, obviously, they've heeded the warnings to barricade inside their dorm rooms right now. But there are some people in the area who have come by, who live and work around here, just to see what exactly is going on. I'm live right now with Daniel Piatti. He's one of the people who has come down to the scene just to check it out. You said you worked around the corner. Yes. What did you hear? What brought you down here?
I was working near the Lower Marion police station at the time, and the entire police station emptied out, and every law enforcement from, it looked like Montgomery County and Delaware County, responded to this incident.
Man, I don't want to see no more of this. So that was a hoax. I'm going into the real news. So the Villanova active shooter was a hoax, if you're just tuning in. So at Villanova, they just discovered that it was a hoax. Motherfuckers. Motherfucking hoax. I'm not wasting no more time on that. So the Villanova active shooter was a hoax. So listen, let's go into some real news. That was some BS. That was some BS. I don't want to spend no more time on that. Let me go into the real shit. That was a wasted headline too. So if you just tuning in, the Villanova active shooter was a goddamn hoax. Students bullshitting around doing hoaxes. Now, I'm going to tell you, whoever created that hoax, they won't be attending class no more because they're going to jail. because that was a waste of manpower, helicopters, all type of stuff. So let me show you something that's not a hoax. So this was my actual lead story before the Villanova active shooter. This was my lead story. So Florida man arrested. So listen, if you're just joining in, the Villanova active shooter was a goddamn hoax. It was a hoax, right? So students, faculty, somebody that's in Villanova created a hoax of an active shooter. But let me tell you this. Now they're going to investigate who did the hoax, and you still going to jail. So whether somebody actually shot somebody at Villanova or it was a hoax, they're still going to jail. Either way, you know what I mean? So that was a hoax. So listen, let me go on to the real news because there's really real stuff happening, right? I don't want to waste no more time in Villanova. So Florida man is arrested for putting drugs trapping on a drone. So Florida man is arrested for drone trapping. What do you call that? What do you call this? Drone trapping? Selling drugs on a drone? Let's find out what happened.
Listen to this. Was trying to deliver drugs with a drone. Well, the problem is didn't make it to the right place. Ended up at the backyard of a home in Lutz. Fox 13's Kylie Jones joins us live outside the Hillsborough County Courthouse with details. Kylie, this new technology is changing things for a lot of people. I guess even these kind of people.
Yeah, you see something new every day, Mark, and that overhead drug delivery, it didn't clear one of the homes in its path, and those homeowners certainly didn't authorize that delivery. Ultimately, it was the suspect's creativity that led to him getting busted. As most people slept around 1 a.m. Tuesday on Hannah Michaela Lane in Lutz, a late-night delivery was on its way. All of a sudden, one homeowner heard a clatter against the back of their house.
He walks outside to discover a drone had crashed in his backyard. He picks up the drone when he sees that the drone has a brown cloth bag attached to it.
This family wasn't expecting a package. The homeowners tell us they opened up the bag, and this is what they found.
3 bags with fentanyl powder and 1 bag of methamphetamine.
They immediately called the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Before deputies could get there, Sheriff Chad Chronister says the homeowners saw a man outside.
In his...
Yo, so my man, now, was it a customer or was it a wholesale? So this Florida man, he had meth and he's flying drugs on a drone. Now, was it a customer or is this wholesale? So I'm gonna go back a little bit. This cop, you could tell this cop or detective is flabbergasted.
Back of their house.
He walks outside to discover a drone had crashed in his backyard. He picks up the drone when he sees that the drone has a brown cloth bag attached to it.
This family wasn't expecting a package. The homeowners tell us they opened up the bag, and this is what they found.
3 bags with fentanyl powder and 1 bag of methamphetamine.
They immediately called the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Before deputies could get there, Sheriff Chad Chronister says the homeowners saw a man outside.
In his backyard with a flashlight looking for the drone.
Then the homeowners tell us they heard 3 separate knocks at the door. Their security footage captured that delivery driver or drone operator looking for the missing package. Deputies found Jason Brooks waiting outside the house.
Wait, where's this drone at the moment?
It showed me it was in the backyard, but I tried to knock.
You know we can't just be going in people's backyards trying to look for shit.
I know, that's why I knocked.
Another deputy went inside the home to unbox the package.
Oh, names. Oh, okay.
The sheriff says each bag was labeled with his customers' names.
Oh
On the
my
fourth
God,
bag,
yo.
Share this. Okay. All right. Well,
Chronister says there's no doubt Brooks was trying.
Yo. Now this is the twist of the story that we know that this guy was flying drugs on a drone. This guy was dumb enough to put his customers' names on the drug bags for the drone. All I gotta say is get the soap, my man. You're going to jail.
To make sure this flight went undetected.
give me the remote. Put your hands around your back.
Jason Brooks.
Brooks made a first appearance in court over video conference Wednesday afternoon. Now, deputies will look at drone data to try to track this special delivery.
Yo, so let me go back.
Can't just be.
Another deputy went inside.
Look at that jail picture. So
Bag was labeled with.
So let me ask you this. Let me go back. Let's see Jason. This is Jason, no Voorhees. This is Jason Brooks, not Jason Voorhees. So my man Jason right here, right? Is he the first person? Is he the first drone trapper? So hold up. Let me go to my man Jason. So my man Jason. So listen, I'm gonna ask you a question. What up?
Put your hands around your back. Jason, the remote.
My man JJ. My man J. My man J. Yo, is my man J the first drone trafficker in the United States? So is my man Jay right here the first drone trapper in the United States? Yo. Hold up. My man Jay. Drone trapping. Oh my God. I knew somebody was going to try it, but I was just wondering when it was going to happen. So he says, look, so Steve says, these drug dealers are getting dumber and dumber by the day. They might as well get a regular job. Yeah, but listen, hey Steve, this is my man Jay. Oh, yo. My man Jay, drone trapping. Drone trapping. Yo, they're gonna make a song. Yo, these fools gonna make a song. Drone trapping. Drone trapping. Drone trapping. Drone trapping. Drone trapping. Oh my God, man. My main man Jay right here is the first official drone trapper in the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? He's the first fool to get caught. Multiple drugs. Listen, he had a drug mixture on the drone. You know what I'm saying? He had a drug drone buffet on that joint. You know what I mean? So my main man Jay is the first drone trafficker in the United States of America. He had a mixture. You know what I'm saying? And you know when he go to jail, they gonna be like, yo, how many other deliveries made it? You know what I'm saying? So look, when my man Jay goes to jails, hold up. So listen, let me get the point. When my main man Jay goes to jail, listen, when they say, yo, they're gonna say, main man Jay, what are you in for, right? My man is gonna say, listen, they caught me on that one, but the other ones made it though. You know what I'm saying? They caught me on that one delivery, but the other ones made it though. I was killing them out there. drone trapping. You know what I'm saying? So my main man Jay was drone trapping. You know what I'm saying? Drone trapping. Yo, I wonder how many made it. Forget the one that they caught, because the only reason, listen, there we go. I like that view. The only reason my main man Jay got caught, now they said the drone was too low, like it didn't climb over the house. It didn't climb over the house enough. Now, when they make the drones that you can put in the coordinates, you know what I'm saying? Put in the latitude and the longitude. That's the really technical term for it. So where you could put in the actual latitude and longitude or where you going ahead of time, they're gonna be super drone trapping out here. You know what I mean? Now, if he had a better drone, would the drugs have made it? So yo, answer this in the chat. If he had a better drone, would the drugs have made it to the house? But he must have did this before, because the bags, let me show you the bags. I'm gonna show you the bags real quick. The bags with the drugs on it, right? With the names, he had names on it. So this is not the first time he did this. And yo, I knew somebody was gonna try to look at this cop laughing. You laughing now, but he was getting away with that shit for a while. Because I'm about to show you why I think he was getting away with it. And he tried to go get the drugs. That's where he messed up. He should have chalked that. So let me see something. So look, this is the cop. Look. Yo, look. So look on the screen. So look on the screen right there. My main man Jay that was drone trapping with drugs on a drone, he actually put his customers' names on the bag. Oh, how thoughtful. Great customer service. So this Florida drone trafficker, you got great customer service there, guy. Yo, my man had super great customer service. He got the names on the bag. The drone is coming with the party favors, and it got your name on it. But long story short, this is not the first time that main man JJ did this, because he got the names on the bag. It's nice and neat for you to know whose drugs is which. Like, yo, my man is doing drone drug DoorDash. He's providing a service for the community. You know what I'm saying? See something. Yeah, my main man Jay, his ass is going to jail. So let me try to play the rest of this video. That's crazy, yo. He put the people's names on it and everything. Nice and neat. Nice and neat. Make it nice and neat.
Office. Before deputies could get there, Sheriff Chad Chronister says the homeowners saw a man outside
in his backyard with a flashlight looking for the drone.
Then the homeowners tell us they heard 3 separate knocks at the door. Their security footage captured that delivery driver or drone operator looking for the missing package. Deputies found Jason Brooks waiting outside the house.
Wait, where's this drone at the moment?
It showed me it was in the backyard, but I tried to knock.
You know we can't just be going in people's backyards trying to look for shit.
I know. That's why I knocked.
Another deputy went inside the home to unbox the package.
Oh, names. Oh, okay.
The sheriff says each bag was labeled with his customers' names. On the 4th bag,
share this. Okay.
Share this.
Well.
Chronister says there's no doubt Brooks was trying to make sure this flight went undetected.
Yo, my man even had a he even had the sampler bag. You know what I'm saying? So I just peeped that. Yo, he had their party favors, their drugs in the bag. So if you just tuning in, this Florida man put drugs on a drone and he was drone trapping out here, right? He put their names on a bag, right? He put his customers' names on a bag. So when they get the drone, the drugs is in there. It says Mary, Bob, whatever name, right? Now, he actually put a sampler bag in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you think these two are something, ready you try this shit right here. So he wrote share this on the bag. So this dude had super great customer service, yo. You know what I'm saying? Super great customer service, wrong business.
Put your hands right in your back. Jason Brooks.
Brooks made a first appearance in court over video conference Wednesday afternoon. Now, deputies will look at drone data to try to track this special delivery. And Brooks did again appear in court virtually this afternoon. A judge granted him bond on a number of charges, including possession with intent to sell, but he's being held without bond on a warrant out of Pasco County for failure to appear, guys.
Yeah, it'd be interesting what that drone data shows, all those other stops. If they're
Look, he wants some. Look. He wanted the same thing I wanted. Like, yo, was it successful on the other stops? Look, this dude wants some party favors. That's all that is. Look at that dude. He look high now. Look at his eyes. But listen, my man was super drone traffic. Now, if you joining me, that Villanova crap was a hoax. So the Villanova crap, I'm gonna call it the Villanova Hoax crap was a hoax. There was no active shooter. Somebody was doing a hoax, but this is the thing. Somebody's still going to jail because now they're going to be looking for. You got all of those cops out there trying to figure out who did the hoax now. So you got all of those cops out there trying to figure out who did the hoax. Now, what's funny about Villanova, they stay having something going on that's real. So I don't know why they decided to do a hoax, because y'all be having stuff going on every year up there. Listen, I went to a HBCU. Villanova got way more stuff going on than what we had. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So I got some super diabolical news. So this is real news. This is real news right here. So this is not that Villanova fake news. This is some real news right here. So we went from fake news at Villanova to the drone trap. You know what I'm saying? Drone trapping. Now, 10 accused of killing 23-year-old brother and dumping his body in a canal. So 10 accused of killing 15-year-old brother and then dumping his body in a canal. Extra axe murdery. You know what I'm saying? Crazy news. Let's find out the details on what's happened. Diabolical. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about a deadly discovery in Dania Beach after a body was found near a canal. And we now know that man was shot to death and the suspect is his teenage brother. And tonight we are hearing exclusively from their mother. Local 10's Magdala Lusot is live at the scene for us with a shocking twist in this investigation. Magdala.
Yeah, so Calvin, me and this mother, we spoke for about 11 minutes. Her house is still an active scene for Broward Sheriff deputies. She can't even go back inside. She can't even describe how she's feeling right now because she just lost both of her sons. And we were here earlier when she made that stop by to visit the house. And she's the mother of both brothers, Dimitri Flairmont and Kevin Dominique. Now, deputies say 15-year-old Dimitri Flairmont shot and killed his older brother, Kevin Dominique, multiple times on purpose. The little brother put his older brother mother's body in a vehicle, drove to an area of Ocean Waterway Boulevard and Old Griffin Road in Dania Beach and dumped his body near a canal. And that's about a 3-minute drive from where the murder happened at the house. His mother, Marie Gentil, said she spoke with her son Tuesday morning to make sure he made it to the bus stop, but he never mentioned anything about his older brother.
I remember I called him exactly at 6:29 to get out of the house to go to wait for the bus. Twice I called him, he never said anything, nothing. And he knew he killed Kevin and dumped Kevin by the lake and drove Kevin's car and put it by the city library's parking lot. 15 times he shot Kevin.
Damn.
15 times. That moment was shocking to hear from that mother. The 15-year-old will be in court tomorrow morning facing a judge. And later on tonight, you'll hear more from this mother and you'll hear from her on why she thinks this happened. We're live in Dania Beach. I'm Magdala Lusant, Local 10 News.
Yo, that's...
He never mentioned anything.
I don't even know how to process this.
Gentil said she spoke with her son Tuesday morning to make sure and dumped his body near a canal. And that's about a 3-minute drive from where the murder happened.
So the one thing I'm not sure, I'm looking at this, is this the victim or is this the brother? It really doesn't matter, but is this, I don't know if this is the victim or the brother. So I don't want to go in on this picture right here, and this might be the actual victim. I'm guessing that this is actually the murderer, which is the 15-year-old younger brother. But I don't want to go in on this picture right here, and this winds us being a victim. So I want to do that. But if you joining in, younger brother, 15 years old, killed his older brother, and he shot him and threw him in a lake or a ditch. You know what I'm saying? So this is a super diabolical story, where the mother has to explain how she just lost 2 sons. So how could you stop something like this? You know, maybe when your child is younger. I don't really have an explanation, but to say like when your child is younger, you might have to check their tempers at the door. Because for you to do this, you definitely had a super temper at a young age. Because for you to be 15 and you know how to get a gun, shoot it, and then drag a body and put it in a ditch and all of that, you had to know your sons had a temper. So like some type of anger management, something. But that's like, I don't even know what type of counseling that mother can receive for this type of situation. But 15, he's definitely going to jail. You killed your brother. It don't matter how you killed him, you're going to jail. But that right there, like, that's just pure demonic. When stuff gets to a certain level, to me, it's just purely demonic behavior. You know what I mean? All we can do is pray to God about that. Demonic. Speaking of demons, hey Steve, if you still on, I got a topic for you. So I'm gonna see if my man Steve is still. Steve, if you still on, let me know. I got a topic for you about your uncle Trump. So listen, Donald Trump in the DC takeover of cops and the National Guard taking over DC, Donald Trump, your uncle, you know what I'm saying? Your uncle Donald Trump has decided to join in on the party. So let's just find out what this dude is actually going to do, man. Let's just see what's going on here.
President Trump will be going out on patrol with D.C. law enforcement and the National Guard tonight According to officials, this will take place later this evening. Joining us now to discuss this and so much more is Mr. Michael Letts, founder and president and CEO of Invest USA, who yet again joins us right here on the Live Zone. Michael, I know this was last minute. Truly appreciate you making yourself available to join us for this monumental story.
Well, it is monumental. This is the first time in history this has ever occurred with the president. And I'm sure we've got the right one to do it, because obviously his program on making sure we have cracking down on crime and making D.C. safe, as you and I have talked about before, this is the first step of much to come across this country. This is the first city that we're targeting, and you're going to see more of this, and he's guaranteeing that we're doing the right thing. We're making sure the citizens feel comfortable. There was some concern. Of course, I told you I rejected what they were saying. I didn't think they were being truthful, that residents were not wanting to go out to participate in going out to dinner because they were scared of National Guard presidents. That's the worst. That's just bogus. Everybody feels more comfortable when there's more law enforcement, when there's more security around. We're seeing the numbers work. We're seeing more and more arrests. Over 50 again last night. And quite frankly, this is what it's all about, America. Feeling that you can go and enjoy your town, your country, your state without the fear of being victimized by crime.
So, Michael, let's break all of this down, because I'm sitting here trying to fathom the logistics, if you will, how all of this will play out. I have taken part in a ride along before, and obviously you sit inside of a police car. You being former law enforcement, I'm pretty sure you know this oh so well. But we're talking about the most powerful man on the planet. How do you suspect this will all be rolled out later this evening?
Well, you see me chugging a little bit. It'll be a little bit different than normal. First of all, I'd love to have, if I were there, I'd love to have the president riding with me. But understand his detail and his motorcade has to be armor-proof, and patrol cars are not. So he will still be in an armored vehicle that will provide him the protection that he needs. He'll have law enforcement present with him, local law enforcement present with him, so they can provide the local flavor. Plus, I'm sure they will be in a what we call a pattern or follow pattern as they go and roll up on various scenes. The president, it will be a debate between him and Secret Service, whether they let him out to actually go up and see what's going on. But trust me, it will be the safest place to be in the universe at this particular time when that occurs this evening.
Yet again, we have seen numerous checkpoints throughout Washington, D.C. over the past couple of days. Overall, some
Yo, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, right? Now, so if you just joined in, Donald J. Trump is going to be riding around in cars in DC while police are locking up criminals. So long story short, let's just cut to the chase. Your uncle Donald J. Trump is going to be riding around cars in DC. Now, Steve, don't get quiet now. This is your topic. Philly Steve, don't get quiet now. This is your topic, buddy. My man Steve, this is my man Steve right there. That's your topic. But listen, your uncle Donald J. Trump is going to be riding around in DC while the cops are locking up criminals. Now, what do we get from this, right? Other than Trump is just nuts, right? Because you riding around now. Do you think somebody's gonna take a shot at him? I'd like what is he trying to? Yo, leave a comment. Hey, yo, Steve, don't get quiet now, my man. Don't get quiet now, my man. But listen, what is Donald Trump? What is he actually going to get out of this but more one-upper vision? You know what I'm saying? Like he can say Obama never rode around in the car and locked people up, though. Like what? Like what is Donald Trump actually going to get from this? Now, I told you before, right? So let me. So I told you before, right? So Donald Trump. Let me see. So I told you before, I said this yesterday, that maybe a couple days ago. I got my days mixed up. So I told you that, yeah, I think it's like 2 days ago. I said that for the Democratic Party, now this is for the Democratic Party, for you to have a candidate that's going to one up this guy, you got to one up this guy, right? Donald Trump is a super professional one upper. So Donald J. Trump is a super professional one upper. You have to get another candidate that's a one upper. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what a one upper is? So let me explain to you what a one upper is, right? I got friends that are professional one uppers. You know what I'm saying? If you watching, you know who you is, right? So I got some friends that are professional one uppers, right? What you say, Steve? Let me see what Steve said. He said, ha ha. I knew he was gonna do this. They're gonna keep him safe. It could be possible that somebody could be trying to do something to him, but it might not happen. Yeah, but he's putting himself in harm's way. Now, let me tell you what a professional one-upper is, right? A professional one-upper is somebody where you might say, like, you might say, yo, I just bought a Rollie, right? And just say you be like, yo, I just got my first. Just say you tell this one upper, right? Now I'm telling you what a professional one upper is, because Donald J. Trump is a professional one upper. So let me give you an example of a one upper. I buy a Rolex and I tell my friend, like, yo, I just bought my first Rollie. You know what I'm saying? Right? The first thing they say is, I've been had a Rollie though. I've been had my first Rollie though. Right? That's one example. The second example is, yo, I bought a new 5 Series BMW yesterday, right? Their reply is, I just bought a new 7 Series BMW today though. So like I said, you say to them, I just bought a new 5 Series BMW yesterday, right? So the one upper is the person that says, I just bought a BMW today, a 7 Series though. That's a one upper. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you say, they one up it, right? Now, in Donald Trump's case, he's trying to one up Bush and Obama for bragging rights. After these 3 years, he wants to poke his chest out and say, you like Obama, but Obama wasn't riding around in the streets though, locking people up like I was though. That's what a one-upper is. You know what I'm saying? You like Obama, but Obama didn't do this. I don't really think he hates Obama, nothing like that, but he wants to one up everybody. You know what I'm saying? This right here, what Donald Trump is doing, you send in the National Guard to get total control and autonomy. Then you want to ride around smoking a cigar. He might fire if he fire up a cigar on y'all, I'm really gonna be cracking up. You know what I mean? Fire up a cigar and be like, Obama didn't do this though. Dude, is just a one-upper, man. Donald Trump is a Queens, New York one-upper. Like, let's just get to it. Donald J. Trump is a Queens, New York one-upper. You know what I'm saying? He wants to one-up everybody. Do I blame him? No. Because sometimes if you don't one up people, they'll try to one up you for no reason. So as a grown man, sometimes if you don't one up people, they'll pull you into the game and try to one up you for no reason. You don't even know you in the game. You're like, yo, we competing now? Like that's how male nature is. You like, oh, we competing? Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna go buy a new BMW tomorrow. Your shit is old. You know what I'm saying? You want to pull me in it? See, me personally, I'm like, yo, you want to pull me in the game? Or are you about to get your feelings hurt? You know what I mean? I was just chilling on y'all. Now I'm gonna pull out the whips on y'all. You know what I mean? That's how I am. Now I'm gonna pull out this whip. You thought I couldn't upgrade my car? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go from horse and buggy to the UFO on y'all. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, don't try to one up me. You'll think I'm in a horse and buggy, and then I pull out the UFO on y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think. You know what I mean? That's post. But listen, Donald J. Trump is absolutely trying to one up y'all. He's not even, remember, he can't even be president after this. Y'all claiming that he's going to run for a third term, but the third term really doesn't mean nothing to him. His legacy in one-upping every president that there ever was is what's driving him. I'm trying to tell y'all. Now, you could take this as good or bad. So Donald Trump's legacy in one-upping everybody is what's driving him. Because why would you want to ride around smoking a cigar while the people are locking people up? Yep, did it go right there? You know what I mean? So he's gonna be riding around DC. Did it go right there? He might even go jump out and put the cuffs on. You know what I mean? If he jumps out of that car and puts the cuffs on, I will scream. Yo, I will scream laughing. I'm gonna tell you, if he y'all let Donald Trump ride around DC putting the cuffs on y'all, I will die laughing, yo. So I think that's what's going on with Donald Trump. So Steve, you kind of quiet over there, man. This is your commander in chief. This is your commander in chief. Yeah, he just won. He's a one-upper, man. When you understand that dude is a one-upper. Now, unfortunately, do people like one-uppers? No, people don't like one-uppers because you got to be a cocky. Listen, you got to be the most cockiest dude in the United States to be a one-upper. So people don't really like one-uppers. So listen, I'm gonna shut this show down today. But if you're tuning in now, that Villanova, I want to kind of go back and recap what happened at Villanova. But that was a hoax, man. They wasted people's time with that one. But yeah, what happened at Villanova was a hoax, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, on my last topic of Donald Trump is just a one-upper. When you understand that, so let me go back. I want to see one thing.
Right.
Yeah, that was a hoax. So they wasted manpower. They got people scared. Let me see what Steve said. He he ain't putting cuffs on nobody. he going to talk shit while they being cuffed. Yo, if he sit, yo, hey Steve, if Donald, listen, hold on, let me go out of this. Hold up. Hey Steve, if Donald Trump, if Donald, if Steve, this is your commander in chief, yours. Hey Steve, yours. So if Donald Trump is sitting there talking shit, watching people get locked up, I'm still gonna be screaming because, like, I never seen a president do that, right? And if he hop out the car and be like, "There he is, right there," you know what I mean? I would be screaming. Now, if he actually puts the cuffs on and say like, "Turn him over," yo, that's good. Listen, that's even better than that's. Listen, that's made for TV if he do that. Yo, him just riding around while they locking people up is made for TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you that. Now, I don't obviously nobody wants to see him jumping out, locking up black people. Don't listen. Now I'm gonna tell you this. If Donald Trump, so look, listen, if you just tuning in, right? I see a couple people just hopped in. Donald Trump is going to be riding around DC while the cops are locking up people. Now, he knows that ahead of time he's going to do this. If he hops out while they locking up a black person, then listen, that's not going to be good for him. Like, far as like in the eyes of black people, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm gonna be like, yeah, this dude is racist. I'm already like, every day I'm like, I think this dude is might be a little bit racist, or he just don't give a damn. I don't think he likes nobody, to be honest with you, but himself. But let's see. So, Steve, let's see if Donald Trump rides around in the car, smoking a cigar, locking up black people. I really want to see if that's what he's going to do. You know what I mean? Now, or is he going to do that while they're locking up white people? That imagery is going to mean everything. So I'm going to repeat that again. Donald Trump is going to be riding around in cop cars while they're locking up people in DC. Let's see. Let's keep an eye on this, right? Let's see if he's riding around while they're locking up black people, right? Let's see this. You know what I'm saying? If there's any black person in DC, listen, if you know you're a criminal, stay your ass in the house. Because Donald Trump may be looking for the first. Listen, you don't want this to be your first offense. You will make history tonight. So listen, all of y'all out there, right? All you criminals out there, right? In DC right now, right? I would stay in the house for the next 3 years, right? If Donald Trump, if they lock you up and Donald Trump is in that car when they lock you up, you will go down in history. You're the first person to get locked up literally by the president. You know what I mean? So stay your black people in DC, stay your ass in the house. Go to work, go home, stay out the streets, stay out of trouble. That's my message to black people in DC. Just stay out of trouble, man. They looking for something. They looking for a reason to lock you up. And all y'all young dudes, they definitely looking for y'all. He gonna be riding around the car, smoking a presidential cigar, whatever brand that is, right? Looking for niggas to lock up. You want to be blunt? Listen, you want to be blunt? Donald J. Trump is going to be riding around in a DC police car looking for niggas to lock up. You know what I'm saying? You understand that? So Y'all young dudes in DC, stay in the house and stay out of trouble and do what you supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? If you got a car, put a dash cam in it. I recommend that for all y'all young dudes. Put a dash cam in your car. Yo, the cops do not like that. Listen, especially in Philly, cops do not like dash cams because they know they're gonna wind up on TikTok before you even get in the house. You see what I'm saying? Listen, if a cop pull me over and do something crazy, you on either you gonna before I even leave the house. Listen, before I even get in the house, you on TikTok right away. I got the shit in my car where I link it to Wi-Fi, download it to my phone. You on TikTok before I even get in the house. I ain't even got to go in the house, and you upload it right away. Boop boop, TikTok. There you go, right there, pulling me over for no reason. You know what I mean? So listen, stay in the house. That's all I'm gonna say. Listen, this is your boy Post. You tuned in to hoodactionnews.com. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I need the subscribers because YouTube is funny stuff. YouTube is hard money with these subscribers. I'm gonna tell you that. Hard money. Yeah, YouTube is hard money with these subscribers, my man. So listen, like, share, subscribe, and all y'all DC thugs stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the house, man, because you gonna make history tonight.